we go.
Let's finish the show out on this one, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I want to finish the show with a stat that really shows how good the Chicago Bears could have been last season.
Talk to me. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And how close they are to being good this season. I thought that this was a very interesting stat. This was tweeted out by Warren Sharp yesterday. If games ended after 3 quarters last season.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on. No.
If the game was shorter.
You gotta listen. You gotta listen to the stat. If games ended after 3 quarters last season, the Chicago Bears would have been 10-6-1 with a 625 win percentage last year. The 8th most wins in the NFL. They outgained their opponents by 430 yards through 3 quarters and ranked 10th in total line of scrimmage EPA, offense and defense, through 3 quarters. Okay. But in the 4th quarter of games,
here we go.
The Bears recorded a negative 50.7 total EPA, the worst in the NFL.
Here we go.
Had 14 turnovers, the worst in the NFL. Threw 10 interceptions, the worst in the NFL. And were outgained by 446 yards, number 2 worst in the NFL. And finished in 4th place in the NFC North. But to me, that stat shows me. Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at that and they're going to say, oh, that tells you the difference between Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. Caleb's not going to do that. We got to see, because how many 4th quarter meltdowns were issues that we looked at with the coaching staff? How many 4th quarter meltdowns were issues that we looked at with not having the right personnel on the field? How many 4th quarter issues were that we looked at with not even attempting to be aggressive in the 4th quarter? I think that realistically, when you look at this team, if this coaching staff moved in the right direction, the way that we think they did this offseason, we could see a much better Chicago Bears team this season. And I don't think it's that far off. The fact that we were dominating through the first 3 quarters and consistently in the 4th quarter, you saw a team that fell apart in all parts of it.
It didn't know how to win.
In all fairness, I will say that's your OC being too timid,
conservative.
That's on Matt Eberflus for not changing that. So hopefully we don't have that same thing. He's still here. Let's see how that works out. There's a lot that goes into it. It's not just all Justin Fields.
And Getsy had a huge plan.
Speaking of Getsy,
facts, tricky trips. Nothing worse than Justin Jones in coverage on 3rd and 15.
There you go.
2 weeks in a row.
There you go.
Cleveland.
2 weeks in a row.
He got killed by Njoku.
Hey, he dropped back in coverage twice.
Njoku.
And 2 touchdowns were scored on him.
And they sat Montez against the Lions.
Montez Sweat against the Lions in one of the most important drives. Like, there was a lot of, like, I know people want to look at that and say it's a Justin Fields stat. No, that is a Bears team stat. The Bears in the 4th quarter of games could not get out of their own way.
I mean, the Detroit game too. The Detroit game when they were up, how many points?
That's the one that they sat Montez. They Lions coached themselves out of that win. Yeah. But then they came back and figured it out. They won that next game.
Pat, but Flus has a beard now. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like he's my biggest. He's still my biggest concern coming into the season. I like Flus as a DC.
I thought Justin Jones was the new safety.
Did they also not really play the preseason either last year?
No, they didn't.
They didn't play much in the preseason. But see, here's the thing. This was a problem throughout the year.
Yeah.
This was not a preseason thing. This was who the Bears were throughout the year. And that's why, to me, when I look at that stat and why, like, kids starts laughing if at through 3 quarters, right, it's funny because it's like, well, you got to play 4. That's the thing that needs to change this year. You need to be elite in 4 quarters this season. It shouldn't be that you're right, or at least if you're gonna pick a quarter to struggle in, the first, right? Like if we're gonna play 3 quarters. The first quarter would be the one that you miss out on. Like, to me, the fact that the Chicago Bears were that close, and literally this stat basically says found ways to shoot themselves in the foot on a consistent basis. If this coaching staff takes the step that it's believed to take, not even the players on the team, the coaching staff That was about to be crazy. Takes the step that it needs to take. That's where to me, you're going to get the most. The timpani didn't fit there, bro. You was pushing buttons back there, bro.
I was wondering what was
You
happening.
was pushing buttons, bro. Like
I
you
don't
don't
get
need.
Tiffany moments.
And to your point, though, like you said,
He don't even have a symbol at the end of the timpani. It's supposed to be. It's not even a good timpani. I don't get a good finish on that or nothing. You know what I mean?
to your
You just
point.
sound like you're setting up the premise.
Yeah, but
That's
no,
all.
it's not good, bro.
I'm supporting you,
That
my
was poor
brother.
placement.
I'm supporting you, my brother.
It's a
poor
laughable
placement. That
topic
was bad.
because we sit here and we talk about how bad Luke
His
Getsy
face,
was
but
and
his
stuff like
face,
that.
he was like really going somewhere. And it was like,
I don't know where I went because it was like there was no need to play that.
But on multiple fronts, you have a better, potentially better QB. You have a better OC. You have a better roster all the way around. You have more weapons and things of that nature. Hopefully, you have a better line. We're projected to. On multiple fronts, you have a better team. We should have a better result when it comes to these fourth quarter collapses.
And well,
so that's
to
what
you-
we're looking for.
to your point, what will happen is that you allow the defense to hopefully be rested. You're not taxing the defense by always having them out because you're always having 3 and outs. You know, now when the defense can have momentum, you know, that's been the issue. You don't want to keep putting these guys out there, risking injury, risking them getting tired, and then they wear down. And then so in the fourth quarter, when you need to do something crazy or something spectacular, they can't do it because they're always, you know, playing not to lose instead of playing to win.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stay positive with this because based off of all those rankings, the only way you can go is up. I mean, you got your last and everything. You can only get better from there, right?
Fix at least one quarter.
I mean, come on, let's just try something different. But in all seriousness, I think the play calling is going to improve those things. Side note, I just saw that Luke Getsy is having a rough time over there. With
Oh,
the
you
Raiders.
think?
Like
Really?
his quarterbacks are not understanding the OTAs
The dumbest
at all.
thing in the world was people coming to me. Cap said this to me. He was like, he just got hired again.
No.
I said, what does that mean? He was like, well, it means
nothing.
that somebody believes in him. I was like, no, it means somebody's dumb.
Nagy went back to the Kansas City.
You know what I mean?
Or
Like, he was not good.
Or
He was not good, bro.
Yeah, no, it was
This
bad.
man ran the same screen pass 4 times versus a championship defense.
That also goes to show you that no matter what we were doing, because Justin's having struggles where he's at, Getsy's having struggles where he's at. We are not. Wait, listen, we dodged the bullet.
Hey, Ryan Pohl said, "Get him out of here.
we
Get
Get
them
him
out
outta
of here, bro." Hey, listen. Hey,
I can't deny it, PK. I cannot deny
I was on the. I said this. I said this when I went to camp. I said it before that. I was on the wrong side of the debate.
Yeah,
I was on the wrong side of the
I
debate.
was too. I let my heart get in the way.
It is what it is. Hey, I'm glad that I'm not the GM.
My thought was more about building the team out more. There is some growth.
Nah, that'd have been horrible if we got Keenan Allen and you come into this season.
Well, no, it was if you were able to flip that number 1 pick
and you can't
end
get
up
him
with
a
like
rock?
a Joe Alt and
Nah,
well, that was my whole point was that you could do something.
because you could still get a really good offensive line, and we got Caleb Williams. I was on the wrong side.
Do you think it's because you feel like you're on the wrong side of the debate because of what you just recently seen, the video?
No, I feel like I'm on the wrong
Nah,
side
that
of
was
the
just-
debate. Well,
that's-
the
that's
video makes it much worse.
Hilarious.
But I feel like I was on the wrong side of the debate because I've seen Caleb.
Yeah.
They're not. I'm gonna tell you this right now. They're not worried about Caleb's play.
Yeah.
They're worried about him understanding the system, understanding the lingo, his offensive line working well. They're not worried about can he get the football there.
Nope.
They're not worried about is the ball going to be there on time.
Anticipation is not.
Yeah, they're not worried about none of that. Hey, listen, I tell you right now, I can always admit on the show when I'm wrong, man. I don't have no problems being wrong, especially if it means my team was right.
There you go.
It makes me feel a lot
At the end
better.
of the day, that's what matters.
Shout out Bear Force One, man. Let's get this thing off the ground. Appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love, man. But that stat is crazy. Appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, the super producer, Joel Holt, the man running the 1s and 2s, C-Dub in the build. Oh, went to JC first. C-Dub just forehead right there. That did not work how you thought it was going to work. Now it's just eyes and forehead. What's JC doing back there? I don't. Now we got teeth. Now we up to teeth.
On top of the teeth.
Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. One love, bear down, see red. Go White Sox. Hard.
Go
hockey.
Cubs,
Go Cubs, go!
Yeah,
Hey, Chicago,
Got to see
Weren't you at the
that.
Cubs
Yeah,
game?
you enjoyed
I
that
was at
Cubs
the Cubs
game.
game.
Oh,
yesterday.
we're gonna save that for Friday.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I missed that
yeah.
one.
I missed that for Friday.
Hey, I already got the text from the wife. She said after all your partying yesterday, you coming home, right? Dang.
Oh,
I'll see you at 8, baby.
Oh,
Y'all stay
snap.
safe out there, Chicago.